And here we are on day 4, our first port day in Aruba. We made arrangements ahead of time before coming here online to rent a car from Top Drive. I recommend you make reservations ahead of time because, they do run out of cars here and everyone pretty much has the same idea on the cruise. Renting a car here in Aruba, in my opinion, it's a very, very good idea because we had the entire day. It was a long day in Aruba, and we wanted to see as much as possible. And looking at taxi prices, we decided that it was going to be more economical and more convenient to rent a car. This is the cheapest car that Top Drive has. This was, I think it was $60 a day and included liability insurance. And my travel card, the Chase of Fire Reserve, gives me additional insurance first payer, so I don't have to deal with another insurance company. It was in really good condition. It was clean. It worked perfectly. It did everything we needed to do. We really didn't need a 4x4. Once we got our car, we drove to the submarine Atlantis. We also made reservations ahead of time online, and we got the price per person for $99 per person.
Keep this area very clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water is pretty clear, and it's cloudy too, so it's kind of hard. But if it was sunlight, it would be. Even cloudy you can see through. And look how close it is from the pier. If you get the same tour on board the ship, I think it was about $150 or $160 per person. It's really convenient to do it online. For one, it's cheaper. For two, it's a really short walk to the ship. You can see the ship right there, maybe half a mile away. And it's not like you're going to miss the ship because you're going to go on the submarine ride, especially a long day of a port in Aruba. So I really recommend you get the tickets ahead of time. Once we checked in and we show our reservations inside, they gave us our boarding passes, and which allowed us to get into this boat. This boat was roughly about a 20-minute ride to the submarine site. But the 20 minutes went by very quickly because we had really great views. This right here is actually a resort, and you can get tickets to go there and spend the day there. On the way back from the submarine, we got to see the other side, and it was a real nice, beautiful beach cove. And this right here were really old fishing houses that nowadays are used by those families to go spend the weekend and have a good time there by the ocean. We got to see the submarine surface, which was really cool, and then we tied along the side of it. As we were making our entry to the submarine, the people that were inside the submarine were coming out of the other side of the submarine to get back into the boat. So they're rotating people pretty quickly here. It was really cool inside. I'd never seen a small submarine like this, especially driven by one person with all these different indicators and knobs. The ship's captain here was really cool, really friendly, and really accommodating.
Oh, wow.
These polyps have a mouth, and around their mouth they have 6 to 8 tentacles, which they use to feed themselves. That's why every time we go diving or snorkeling, they tell us please do not touch the corals. If you do touch these corals, these tentacles might break off. If they do break off, they cannot feed themselves. Eventually, they'll end up dying. The whole reef will die, and all the marine life around the reef will also die. Guys, have any idea what will happen when everything dies under the water over here? No? Well, the first thing is, I'll lose my job. Yes, no corals, no fish, no work for me. Have to be very careful not touching the corals, and that way we can preserve the marine life. Believe it or not, the marine life plays a very important role in the ecosystem. We also ask ourselves, what do they feed themselves with? Primarily, they feed themselves with something called plankton. Guys know what's a plankton?
Yep.
Yes, funny version of the plankton will be SpongeBob. Tiny little green guy with antennas on his head and always trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Well, you thought it was not a real thing, there you go. Scientific version will be it's a microscopic organism that floats around in the water, does not have any force to propel itself. It's barely visible to the human eye. That's a plankton right over there. Hey guys, right next to the window we have a fish card where you can identify most of the fish over here at the coral reef formation. The most common fish of the reef will be the brown and the blue chromies. I always like to swim against the current because that's the easiest way for them to feed themselves. Okay, you can see right now that the pilot is making a turn. So you guys sitting on the starboard side right now is going to have the view of the coral reef formation.
Dale, dale. Yeah?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
How was that? You like it?
Yeah. Now we gonna go say nothing.
Now they get to see it. Yeah.
Let's watch.
By this time, we started to realize that the bottom of the sea here in Aruba is packed with a bunch of shipwrecks, which is not surprising, I guess. You know, hurricanes, bad weather. But although, you know, they told me that not a lot of hurricanes make it all the way south here. So I really don't know the reason for all these sunken ships.
I need someone who understands, who's patient when I'm in my head. 'Cause all these thoughts got me too damn scared. Still I fall.
We got to see just about anything you get to see when you go scuba diving. The marine life, all kinds of different fish. And this is a very unique experience if you've never been diving before. Even if you've been diving, it's also kind of rare to find places like this with this kind of visibility, which I think this is probably like 50 feet or more visibility. Yeah, I would say more, 50, 60 feet of visibility underwater, which is pretty amazing.
Was the meat douche number 1.
Another shipwreck.
Exactly same shape as the meat douche number 2, but this one is 30 years under the water. You can clearly see that all the wood is gone, only the parts left behind are the metal parts. Ballast weights and mast on the metal.
Stingray.
The stingray.
Guys, see a stingray. Okay, Daddy said.
138, 144, there you have it. Take the picture of the depth gauge, we're not gonna go any lower than this. And afterward, we can give our pilot a big round.
Yeah, this submarine will take you to 144 feet below the surface, which is much lower than diving.
How's the ceviche? Good?
Tiêu hoa nhang, hai mươi chili. I have to bring my chili.
You missed the Thai chili? Good?
Almost done. Don't need the sauce. Don't need it.
Don't need a sauce, huh?
It was Spanish time. I have to put salt in. Oh, they have better nachos. The
Maduros.
Maduro.
Your favorite.
After lunch, we went through one of the resorts to access the beach. The resorts cannot keep the public from accessing the beach, so you have to go through the resorts here in Palm Beach in order to access the beach. These cabanas and shaded areas belong to the resort, and there were signs there that said, hey, only for resort guest. However, if you ask, they you pay them a little fee and they will allow you to stay there, which is what we did. There are a lot of things to do here, quite a lot of things to do. Catamaran, and this area of Aruba has a beautiful sunset, which we'll show you later.
Good?
I think grouper the best for ceviche.
Grouper is best for ceviche?
I think like grouper more than red snapper, no?
Yeah.
Man.
Got some Maduros too, huh? Oh, she can't wait for Maduros. Good. Nan loves them. Look at this fish. Tell you what, this is gonna be good. Red snapper, some rice, some beans there too. Some caramelized onions, huh?
Kin.
Kin.
It's gonna get cold.
Check out this sunset here. It's gorgeous. Super beautiful here. You know what's most beautiful? More beautiful than the sunset? Right here. None. Are you not? No? Wow, look at the sunset here, guys. Wow. Aruba, baby. We're definitely coming back.
Yeah, the sunset here was spectacular. You can see the sunset from Eagle Beach, Palm Beach, this side of the island. It's perfect, a perfect angle for sunset. A lot of people come here just for that. We found Aruba to be kind of like the same prices as the US. So, something you would expect from a Caribbean destination. We actually were thinking about coming back to Aruba and actually spending a couple of weeks to see the rest of the island. There's so much more we want to see. It's truly a beautiful island. There are also lots of things to do here in Palm Beach at night. There are a lot of clubs, bars, restaurants. This street stretch right here is where the action is at night. And if you're here and you want to spend a couple of hours of the nighttime, this is a good place to go in Palm Beach. We really enjoyed this area, but there's so much more we want to see in Aruba. We're definitely going to come back. And a couple hours before we were due to come back to the ship, we showed up to the port. We turned in our rental car, got another taxi back to the pier. This one was $15 only instead of $20. And we made our way back to the Oasis of the Seas.
We made it. Back to the ship on time.
Where are you?
Actually, our room should be like right up there. Yeah. Yep, right up there.
Where, what number one for bed? That one?
Mm-hmm.
One bed. One table.
Deck 10. 10. Hello. We made it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right about 10:30, we pulled out from the pier here in Aruba. Wanted to take a couple shots here at night, and you can see this water, even on the pier. It's just blue as it can be. Aruba does have some beautiful clear water. So to recap, if you're coming to Aruba, recommend that you get a rental car. You don't have to get the expensive one, and you don't need a 4x4 because the roads are very well paved. Another recommendation is that you go to the submarine. It was a great experience, especially if you've never been scuba diving. Heck, I've been scuba diving many times and I enjoyed it myself, so I highly recommend it. And if you're going to do it, make sure that you book through the submarine Nautilus online directly from them, which is only $99 per person. Again, you're not going to miss the ship if you book with them online. I know most people, they choose to book with the ship and pay extra because the fear of missing ship's movement. But like I said before, the submarine is so close to the pier. Even if you walk it, you're going to get back to the ship in 15 minutes. And the entire tour from beginning to end, really, it only lasted for about an hour and a half. So if you're coming into the morning and you book a submarine tour in the morning and the ship's not pulling out until 10:30, you have plenty of time to get that done. Also recommend Palm Beach. For us, it was perfect. Really good restaurants, beautiful beach, very relaxing, and some of the things that we came short of doing is going to Baby Beach and Eagle Beach. There's so many beautiful beaches here. Like I said, we're definitely coming back. And this is how we ended our 4th day of our Oasis of the Seas cruise. Tomorrow, on day 5, we are going to be pulling into Curacao, or Curacao, however you choose to pronounce it. Until then, you have a good day. See you then.